Hey everybody, welcome back to Disturbing Creations Pets. I'm Damien, your host, and today I'm going to be making a shelf for my reptiles. So in my pets room, I have half pets and half an indoor garden where we're growing an avocado tree, a banana tree. We have started some tomatoes and peppers and all that inside early so that we can put that outside. Now, half the room is for gardening and half the room is for reptiles. But I had 3 huge cages and they were just all lined out on pieces of furniture. And it was just taking up almost 9 feet long of the room, about 2 feet high and about 2 feet wide. It was taking up so much of the room that I was having to shimmy through stuff. Now, you see, I like to do projects, tear out drywall, re-insulate, all kind of stuff. If you like that kind of stuff, you can go to my DIY channel called Disturbing Creations DIY. There will be a link down below in the description. But for this channel, we are making a DIY project, but it's for our reptiles, our scale babies. So we have 2 snakes, a ball python and a corn snake, and we rescued recently a 3rd animal, which is going to be our bearded dragon that we named Spike. Now, we have a couple videos of each of these animals already, but this one, I really just want to limit the space. I want to make a stackable shelf that I could put each terrarium cage on, and each one has its own light, each one has its own water separated area, because when the animals see each other, they get a little upset. The snakes have been around each other for about 6 years, so they don't really fight, but the dragon does not like seeing the snakes, and the corn snake does not like seeing the dragon. The ball python, Jake, he doesn't care. He just sleeps all day unless I take him out of the cage. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab some scrap wood that we kept from an old project and free nails that I got, or free screws that I got from a buddy. And we are going to build this project basically for free. So if you can get some scrap wood or some free nails, you can do this, save money, because some of these shelves are like $200. If you're going to order and build one of these shelves anyway, you might as well just make it yourself, paint it whatever color you like, and there you go. All right, let's get right into this video. I have been doing some research, and you guys know I have 2 snakes, Pretzel the orange, cornsicle over there, and I have the ball python here. His name is Jake. And then way over there, we adopted Spike, the bearded dragon, who wasn't really taken care of very well. I'm cleaning his cage, so it's kind of empty. He's not very happy. I'm going to show you the 3 cages that I have, but I am going to make a stepper shelf so that I can put all 3 animals on top of each other in one place instead of using all this whole wall about 6.5 feet. Instead, it's going to only be like, I think it was 36 across 3 feet by 20 up. So I am going to make a ladder and then put 1 snake on the bottom, 1 snake in the middle, the spike dragon, and then the next pet, whatever, is going to be at the top, or I can use that for storage or whatever, instead of doing 3 foot, 3 foot, 3 foot, and I waste so much of the room over there, because it's going to be time for us to start putting our peppers and stuff down, tomatoes, and replanting again. So I gutted everything out of the room. I took all our veggies out. Everything is in the fridge. Been eating them up really good. So if I'm going to be doing videos on how to do that for my other channel, then I need to do something for my pets. Just want to get a little sneak peek. So he's going to be on the top. And then if you can see the ball python in there. You can see him in there, but he's sleeping right now. And let's see if we can get Pretzel to come out. Pretzel! Let's see if we can get Pretzel. Pretzel! Pretzel, usually any movement, oh, there he is. There he is. He's coming out. Pretzel's pretty quick. Any movement, and he is definitely going to see what's going on. He's aggressive. The ball python, not aggressive at all, so I'll probably put him on the bottom. Jake or Pretzel in the middle, and then we're gonna put Spike Man on top. And I don't want them to be able to see each other as well. The two snakes, I didn't mind when they would see each other. They didn't hurt each other, but he goes crazy when he sees one of these snakes out. Like, he just goes nuts. I had to put a divider here, but it keeps falling down. Oh, there it goes again. Keeps falling down. And I don't want the snake. He hasn't come out too much since I moved him into this room. And he has been moving like back and forth, throwing a fit since I put him next to the snake. So if we're stacked up on top of each other, then they're not going to see each other. And you see his little head movement when he does that up and down head bobbing. He's trying to show that he's bigger and he's more aggressive. That's something a bearded dragon does. So he just did that. He's watching me. Watch him. All right, so let me go show you what we're doing, and let's get this shelf going on so we can get our babies up. And we have our, right now we still have our banana plant growing here. We're doing real good. So someone gave me this banana plant that was half dead, and we grew it back. And we have our avocado. Our avocado is given, I don't know, maybe 2.5 feet. So by summer, we should be able to get a baby avocado out of here. And I'm thinking by the end of summer, we could even get some mini bananas as well. All right, so it's freezing outside, so I had to squeeze this stuff in this little utility room and cut all this wood. So I had a bunch of extra 2x6s here from the old roof I took off where we built the shop and put a second floor. I kept all these 2x6s. Some of these were 10 feet long. I cut them down to just under 8 foot. So 8 foot is 96, and I cut these 94 just so it doesn't hit the ceiling, and we can put it in and everything's gonna be okay. We're using screws as well to put in here so we can unscrew it because it's gonna be too big to move. So I did 4 of these for the legs, the runners. And then I have some, this is what was left over. So this one was probably 8 and 7. This one was 15 foot long. And I cut that one down. And then we're going to make the shelves out of this as well. So a buddy was a roofer. And I think just over the years, he's collected stuff like, you know, when I do drywall, you have like some screws left over. You have some tape left over, and if you're doing this every day for different jobs, you have like this little bit of tape left over, and this little bit of tape, and this little bit of tape, and this little bit of tape, because they just tell you throw it out. It's only like 10 or 15 feet. We'll give you like 100-foot rolls. You know what I mean? Throw that. We don't want to carry all those. So you bring that 15-foot home, that 15-foot, that 15-foot, 3 15-foots. That's a whole room. You know what I mean? For free. So, I'm doing the same thing. He gave me all these screws, and it took me a month to go through all these buckets to get through all these screws. But now I have these ceramic coated screws for outside or for inside to do the interior, the roof, the insulation, the hold, all the stuff. I don't know. He was explaining it to me. But I got all these for free. So, you know, you can get this stuff for free. The wood was for free. The company was just going to take this and throw it out in a dump somewhere. These are good 2x6s, 15 feet long. A 2x6 15 feet long is like $50 at Home Depot now. So if I've got 50 of them, you know what I mean? That's like $2,500 worth of wood. I'm not throwing that out. Look how many projects we've made. We made the killer shelf over here. Remember when we made this shelf to put all our stuff on? We got all our plumbing stuff, and then we put little nails in it to get to our quick stuff here, you know? And then we just have tons of water, 85 gallons of water all the way down. Water, 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 water. And then some of our junk that we work with up there. But that's just prepping, you know? Gotta have some water. They shut the water off. You're out. Not me. But But anyway, you can make this shelf and put anything on there. Heavy tools, heavy anything. It's 2x6 legs. So 2x6 legs, one here, and then we made a box shelf here. But we're not gonna do that this time. We're gonna run sideways instead of this way. You'll see. It's gonna work out great. All right, so I got some wood that measured out correctly, and went and got my speed square, and I got my little saw, and I'm gonna be doing this stuff in the hallway and then just vacuuming it up. I don't recommend you do this stuff in your home, but this house is under construction, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so here we're going to make bottom runners sideways and long ways like a box. And then we can put a piece of flat wood on there if we need. If not flat wood, we can just make a runner around and then use this to hold the tanks. Now let's see where our tanks are at here. So we got one here. We'll show you what we're doing. So I had these tanks on furniture, but I want to get them out. So I got my dragon in this one. He's getting a sun bath. The color looks kind of weird with the UV bulbs and stuff. And then I have my ball python in this one. And you can see the orange corn snake in that one. He's always up. With the ball python, he's never up. He's always in that little thing, that little like back, the spinal cord right there, fossil. So I want to get them all up on the wall. You know, stack. 1, 2, 3. So I'll probably put the ball python down on the bottom because he's the most docile, and then I'll put him up because he's got an open cage, and I have a second open cage, so I think I'm going to put the corn snake in that because he's more moving around. And then I'm just going to stack them up 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and then so I have 2x6 runners that are 7 feet tall because I'm going to put it on this side. So you see how the house tapers down because it's like an old school house built in the 60s, 70s. They taper down. So that's normal height, I think 8 foot. And then it tapers down 12 inches. This is 7 foot. So I had to cut it right under 7 so I can move it around. It doesn't get stuck in here. So now I'm going to start putting some stuff together. We're going to drill some holes in this stuff first. And then we're going to start lagging our bolts together. So I think I have some self tappers to help out. Using really, really thick screws to hold this weight. So let me get some work done, and when I get the first one set up in between, I'll show you where we're at. So now that I got everything situated, I took all the measurements and I did everything, I'm ready to cut some of the wood. I am going to go 20 deep, and the tank is 37, the largest tank that I have. The other ones are 30. So I'm gonna go 38 to give you that little bit of an inch so you can slide the tank in without being it right on snug. I wanna have just that little wiggle room, a half inch on each side. I might need to pull the tank out to clean it, who knows, but I'd rather have that little bit than not have it. So I'm just gonna take 2x3s like this. This might have even been a 2x6 that was split down the side, I think it was, to make 2x3s. And we're gonna just cut 20 lengths off. And then we're going to take some longer ones than this, but I grabbed a bunch of 2x4s, used ones that were out in the wood pile, and I made sure they're all 37 or 38. We're going to cut those down to 38. Then I'm going to take the pieces upstairs, match them all up where they need to be first, like make the little square where it needs to be, and then I'm going to start drilling the holes through and putting the screws in. But let's go ahead and get some work done. Now, don't mind what I got on. I just put these crappy clothes on because I don't want to I'm going to get all these wood chips and they stick in my clothes. So I wear these a few times. These are like hand-me-downs from other people and stuff, or stuff that doesn't fit me anymore. And after it gets saturated, or it gets saturated a couple of times, because I have nice clothes on underneath, or not nice, but regular. And then I just throw them out. So if I get sap oil through my clothes, I wear them a couple of times, throw them out. Save your clothes for your work clothes. Then you don't have to go out and buy Dickies or any kind of special work material, Carhartt stuff. You're gonna save yourself a lot of money. So now we got two 20s. These are gonna be on the side, right? I'm gonna cut two long ones, 37, and then we're gonna go ahead upstairs after we make all of our cuts. So we're gonna need 6 of these and 6 long ones for our three cages, and then gotta cut that out for our 3 cages, and then like I said, we'll be done. What I did there was I cut the edge off because it was just a little bit cut corner, and I want everything to meet up perfectly. Alright, so 38. We're at 38, right? 38. Use our speed square. Take the corner on the end, match it up with the dot. Wherever you put the dot, it makes a perfect 90. Zip it straight across. I'll get you a little picture of what one looks like in a second. Line it up. Let it rip. Have this one cut 38. All I have to do is put all the boards on top of this, let it rip. Put a board on, zip it, put the board on, zip it. I don't even need this anymore or this. All right, so I want to make a clarification here because I realize that not everyone does a lot of woodwork, or not everyone has watched all of my videos. So when I'm saying that I want this to be 38, I don't need this plank to be 38. I need this plank to be about 35. Because whatever it is, we have to add our 2 side pieces onto that as well. So if you do 38 and then you add these 2 side pieces, it's going to be like 42. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our 2 side pieces. There's going to be one on each side. Then we're going to roll all the way out to where it says 38 on here, including the 2 side pieces, and make our mark. So that way it's 38 across with the 2 side pieces. These 2 side pieces are 20. They're running the whole length, 20 all the way down. And this is going to be 20 by 38. Now, if this is all the way down, then I have to make this shorter. If these ran 38 all the way down, then this would be on the inside. I would have to make that shorter. These would be probably around 18. All right, so I jumped ahead a little bit. Now, I cut all my pieces here. And then I went and got the drill, drilled all the holes where I needed to be. I didn't like where these 2 were, so I just reset. And then I got all of the screws like partially in, so they're ready to go. Everything is set up. Everything's done. Now, before I put the screws in, if you were gonna paint this, I would paint it at this time and then put the screws in, because like you can make this nice blue or green or yellow or whatever, then you can still see the black screws. The screws are nice. They're square heads, so it takes a different kind of bit, and you can really torque these in. I mean, look how thick these things are, you know. Someone gave me a bunch of these for free, and they're self-tapping. If you don't know what that is, I'll just zoom in right there. So there's a little bit of a drill bit head. So look at that, and look at the drill bit. So you see the head has got like a little twist on it, just like the drill bit. So I didn't have to really drill the holes, but it's just easier because this is so big, and my drill, I'm trying to beat it up and get rid of it so I can buy a new set. But this one just keeps lagging on, hanging on. The batteries only last 5 minutes. Thank God I still have 4. But this thing, man, it's my last tool in this collection. I'm trying to get it out of here. It has a hard time pushing these all the way in, even with high torque and all the settings. It's just getting so old. So let's go look at one that I did. So here is one that I did, and you can see I put the square together in the back. I bolted it in, and then these are going to be the legs, these 2x6s. So all this wood I got for free when I tore down a roof. And then I had a company build another roof. I saved all the wood. I cleared all the stuff myself. I cleared all the shingle myself. I garbaged it, bagged it all up for 3 weeks. Cut all this wood up into planks, saved it, and now I'm using all this wood for free. It's amazing, awesome. So I got this cage, and I think Jake's gonna be on the bottom, but I don't wanna put him on the ground. Or, yeah, Jake. And then we're gonna put Pretzel on top right here. And then because his doors open this way toward you, where these are only fish tanks, you see my little guy there, Spike? He is gonna go on top. You know what I'm saying? Because I could put him like way up there. Oops. Way up there, seven feet tall, and just open his door up and grab him out. So I'm getting a little bit farther. So I'm gonna make my squares first. Then I gotta cut a piece of flat wood because you see how small the tank is? This tank is, I think, only like 12 by 30. And his tank is 37 by 18 and a half. Well, with the lid stick out and everything, you know, calculated. So I made the shelf to him. And then you see I put a piece of another shelf just to hold him in place to see how much extra I'll have. So then I can put things out there like his vitamins and all the stuff. I'll have like a shelf on a shelf. But his comes all the way too. You see how he's on the edge of it? You know, so make sure that you are doing all the stuff you need to the biggest specification. If I did it to this small one and this small one, then this big terrarium would never fit, you know? So let's take a little sneak peek of a video we're working on right now and take this opportunity to hit that like button, subscribe, and share some of these videos that are going to help you and your friends save money. Good kitties. I know that you're chippy. I know she got your... I know she... Woof. I know she got your chippy. I know she got it.